Hello YouTube, once again. I hope you guys been well. It's your boy Alfred here, and it's been a long time since my last video, and so I hope you guys things have been going well for you guys so far this year. I know it's April right now, but at the same time things must go on. So without really wasting no time right now, we're gonna go straight to our topic. I know there's a lot of things I haven't covered, I haven't done, but for today I'm going to talk on Batman's new movie, right? I saw it, I think, a week or so ago, but I'm only making this video now because I've rewatched it a few times again, but a few pointers only. So we're gonna start out. First of all, I'm going to say there's a bit of spoilers for those who have not watched it, so guys, watch out, bit of spoilers here and there. So we're gonna start out now. What is it that I've learned from watching the new Batman movie? And first thing is that know your enemies. Knowing your enemies means that basically, first of all, you should know, get this point across, that you should know yourself, right? Know yourself before. You can only know your enemies after knowing yourself. Know yourself first, and then such things will happen as knowing yourself. I mean, knowing your enemies rather. So what do I mean by this when it comes to Batman? Batman's enemy here is in this new Batman movie is the Riddler, right? And so the Riddler keeps on giving out riddles to Batman, which he has to solve. And basically, a lot of the riddles Batman is able to solve. So you can see that he knows exactly how his enemy works, just by deciphering all of these, most of these riddles. At least he knows that what is needed from him to decipher, because he knows the Riddler very well, just as much as he knows himself. So knowing your enemy is very crucial, so you can know how to really respond to most of your enemy's riddles and their attack. So know your enemy was one of those things that I learned from that new Batman movie. Point number 2 will be, guys, we should think. Batman, as laid back as he is a very active thinker. He may seem like very laid back and chilled, but he's very observant. So, and people who are usually very observant, they're very good thinkers. But everybody is just a good thinker overall or naturally. But the fact is that we choose not to think with our heads. We just usually leave the thinking to other people. But in this movie, you can see that Batman is really thinking. He thinks ahead. He knows that what is needed of him. Thinking. This can also be seen by the fact that a lot of the riddles are deciphered by Batman, because in order to decipher a lot of riddles, you really have to think. You don't just easily decipher these riddles. So thinking is one of those superpowers or things that can get you far. So if you think, create a situation where you always have to think ahead and plan and do things by using your head, and then at least that will help you in your a lot of your endeavors. Number 3 will be about emotion. I think this is one of the most emotional Batmans that I've watched so far. Why? Because we have a very young Batman. So here it has that theme, that emo theme. So the gothic emo theme. So it's really interesting, because it's a really new take on a Batman who we usually know as a stoic sort of Batman, or a stoic sort of figure. but because he's much young and still growing into the Batman persona, and so here we see him being more emotional. But in the angle, in this angle, we're seeing an emotional Batman. But what he's able to do is really control the emotions that he has. As much as at times he's reminded of his father's killings, his own, his family, I mean his father and mother's killing, a lot of his problems, but he's not out there doing things that are unwarranted to his emotions. He's able to control emotions. So in this point right here, I want to talk about really about controlling emotions. So as men, we should really try our best to control our emotions. We are unlike other animals. We are unlike the fairer sex. The women, they can get away with busting off their emotions on people and really not controlling their emotions. That's who they are. But as for us men, we cannot, especially if we are going to be leaders. You know, if you are planning to be a leader, you cannot be too much in the emotional side, because once you're too much in the emotional side and then you cannot control your emotions, it means that you're giving your powers away to people who can actually use your emotions against you, or they can control you by using your emotions. So I'm not saying you should be emotionless always, or don't show your emotions, but show your emotions when needed or where appropriate, or also make sure you are able to control your emotions. So this is one point that I saw in this new Batman movie. Bruce Wayne was able to really control his emotion, most of his emotions, even though he's a younger Bruce Wayne's here. He's a younger Bruce Wayne rather, but he's really capable and really able to control the emotions that come his way. Another takeaway will be the fact that, as per usual, Bruce Wayne or Batman is very focused. So it's to stay really focused as you can. Once you're focused on your mission, you're focused on the plan at hand, then at least your things will go as you had planned out. Stay focused. Batman in this movie is really focused. An example here would be the fact that a lot of the time the Riddler was actually killing the politicians in the Gotham City, right? But Batman stayed focused on catching the Riddler, right? Why? Because to him, the Riddler was not doing really, he was going against the law. That's not what Gotham City wants. The law of the city does not dictate what the Riddler was doing, right? So even though these politicians, right, were the corrupt scumbags of the city, but they still had to be brought to justice in the court of law. So what Batman was doing was supposed to do was catch the Riddler, so that not more of the killings would go on. And he was focused on that. He was not derailed by the fact that a lot of these politicians, or those who were dying, were being killed rather, were the scumbags, were the politicians of the city. So he didn't just leave it at that because thinking that that's justified. No, you stay focused on your mission. He stayed focused and eventually did catch the Riddler, because he stayed focused and stayed in his cause. So staying focused is the other thing that I caught on this movie. While we were still staying in the focus thing, still another point we can get is still on the focus is that Batman had a love interest, right? And his love interest here was, I think her name is Cecilia, who's Catwoman, right? I totally forgot Catwoman's name. I think Cecilia. Anyway, just to show that how focused Batman is, Cecilia, at the end of the movie, towards the end of the movie, invites Batman to move away from Gotham City to some other place where it's safe to be safe for them and all that, and to basically move away from the chaotic environment of Gotham City. But Batman, as much as he had feelings for her, had emotions for her, and seemingly was very interested in her, declined that offer. Because why? Because he was focused and knew that his mission was to stay in Gotham City and to take care of whatever vigilante acts that he thinks is justified in his mission, right? So you can see how focused Batman was. He didn't say, oh man, yeah, sure, why don't I just leave this whole mess here in Gotham City and go away with this pretty chick. And I should say, really, Catwoman was played by a very, very pretty lady, who I think is Lenny Kravitz's daughter in real life. So you can see that Batman was really, really focused. He didn't say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this mission, I'm going to leave my mission and really leave with this chick. No, he said he stayed on his course because he knows his mission. Now that's really focus, and that's also commitment. So once you're committed to your mission, you know that you're supposed to be doing the right stuff. What will happen is that people will try and derail you. They'll say, hey, why don't we do this instead? Why don't we go here instead? Why don't we move away from this, which you think they're trying to convince you that it's not working. But if you stay focused, you are a man in your mission, what will happen is that you get better and stronger and even much more knowledgeable and wiser, because you are focused on that mission. You know that this is what is meant for you. So don't let anybody derail you, no matter how much you trust that person. If you think that your mission and your endeavors are supposed to be what you've planned out, and you're working on them, then stay the course, unless otherwise you decide to course correct, which is obviously you can do. It's really something you can do, but you don't really course correct far away from your mission. What you do is, or you take some sort of detour, and then you're back on your mission. So don't let anybody, even the most beautiful chick, she's the one who's supposed to come into your mission. She's the one who's supposed to join your mission, and not the other way around. A man is not supposed to join a woman's mission. You're supposed to be the leader. You're not to be led, at least by my understanding, because if you have something that you have to give out, it's your mission, then people should come and join you in your mission. Of course, there's also cooperating with people. Obviously, you can always also cooperate with different people, but cooperation does not mean that you leave your mission in order to do other people, unless you're going maybe for a sort of experience. That's okay, that you know that experience will bring much more knowledge into your own mission and your vision and your purpose at hand. So yeah, that's about it. Let's not forget all that. Thank you guys. It's been quite a while, so I'm a bit rusty and dusty in recording, but I hope I'll get back into my rhythm, and things will be much better as we go on. So with no really excuse me, further ado, I'm out of here, and my time is up. So more knowledge to you guys as per usual, and peace.